Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the big changes that have come with the Big Sur macOS update. Now, as soon as you log in, you are greeted with this bright and colorful wallpaper. Now, this is the brand new wallpaper that comes along with the Big Sur, and you also can notice the changes that have happened in the app tray right at the bottom. Now, as you can see, the app tray is now translucent, so whatever your background is, that also kind of reflects through the app tray. And another thing that is important to note here is that the app icons itself have been changed. Now, in the previous Catalina OS, you had the app icons have sharp edges and they looked more like a perfect square. But now with Big Sur, you have these app icons looking very close to what you have on your iPhone or on your iPads. Take a look at the music icon especially. It's exactly the same icon that you have on the iPhone and on your iPad. And in fact, even the Finder app has changed. Now, the point to note again is the rounded edges, which make it look more like app icons from your mobile devices and not your laptops or desktops. But some of these icons have had a complete change. For instance, your photo booth icon, your preview icon, even your music icon that I just spoke of, they are now completely different to what they look like. There are subtle changes in other icons as well, like system preferences. It has more like this depth kind of thing going for it. Even your calculator, it has this neomorphic kind of buttons embedded in it. So QuickTime Player as well, it's completely different. So these icons now look so much better. They're very colorful, but again, design is something which is subjective. So some may like it, some may not. I personally like it quite a lot. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was the Finder. Now the Finder itself has changed completely as well. Now when you log into the Finder, you have the back button and the forward button. Now the placement of this has changed. Now previously this used to be below the close, minimize or expand option, but now these buttons have been moved here. So for people who were used to the Catalina OS, they might find it a little strange, but I guess you will get used to it as you use the Big Sur OS more and more. But the placement of this has been changed. Apart from this, this looks more like your iPhone or your iPad in terms of your icons here. Your sorting icons, sorting icons which are here, and you can sort them as per the date added, date modified, etc. And then even the way you take a look at these icons, whether you want them in this grid view, whether you want them listed like this, or whether you want them listed like this. So bottom line is that your Finder now looks more refined. At the side, you have these small little icons as well, which more look iOS-ish, you could say. But personally, I like them quite a lot. The next change that I wanted to talk about is perhaps the biggest change that has happened to Safari in a very long time. Now, when you log into Safari, there are a lot of things that you can actually do with it. Number one, you have this settings icon here, and when you click on it, you can change the background of your Safari. Now, I know what you're thinking. This has been there in your Chrome browser from such a long time, but it's just come to Safari now. Having said that, they are quite pretty, and I'm just going to leave it at this. And you can change the background as per your choice. You can even, I think, add a background image, but I'm not going to do that right now. Another thing that has changed quite a lot is the security of your browsing, your web browsing. So for instance, if I log on to apple.com, and there's this icon which shows up here, all right, which is like a shield icon. When you click on that, it tells you the kind of trackers that are tracking your activity on your web page that you're browsing. So apple.com, as per this report, shows that this web page did not contact any trackers. But let's take a look at some other web page. For instance, if I go over to a news site here, and then I click on this, it says that there are 15 trackers prevented from profiling you. So what your Safari does is that it is blocking or preventing these trackers from profiling. So this definitely is a big boost in terms of your privacy and intrusion, because now you can be confident that people are not spying in on you or they're not intruding your private browsing. Apart from that, another big change on your Safari browser is the fact that you can now play 4K HDR videos on YouTube. So I'm just gonna move over to one particular video now. No copyright, just so that I do not fall into any issues. So if I open up a video here of this particular person, just gonna reduce the sound here, and as you can see, it now plays in 4K 60 FPS, and this is an HDR video as well. So this option was not available previously. If you had to view it in 4K 60 FPS and in HDR, you previously would have to choose Chrome. But now this option is available in Safari, and personally I love it because Safari has improved so much so that I definitely am going to make it the browser of my choice to go, move along with. So this is a big update for Safari. Another big update is the inclusion of widgets, and widgets, my God, widgets. Yes, they look absolutely beautiful. It's in fact exactly what you find on your iPad, and I'm glad that they actually added this to Big Sur because it makes your interface and your user experience so much better. Now you can have your calendar showing up here, your reminders, your clocks. If you are interacting with people from all around the world, this is so good to have on your desktop with just the click of a button. So to access it, all you got to do is click on the time or the date right at the top bar, and then there you have it. You have your widgets and they look beautiful. You have your weather that you can track, even stocks that you're following, even your screen time. And what's even better is that you can edit these widgets. So for instance, if I want to add a widget which is smaller, a weather widget which is smaller, then you can choose that. Here you have it. So there are different sizes of your weather widgets, as you can see, and you can choose the size of it. If I want to access my photos, I can access it from here directly. If I want to access clocks, I can access it from here. And this is just so good and really handy. So just with the click of a button, all your notifications come here, and you can just close your notifications like that if you don't want it here. And the widgets you can increase. I am confident that they perhaps might add more widget options in the future. In fact, I'm looking forward to that, but this is a great option to have. There are very good changes that have come to messages as well, and as you can see, now you have an option of pinning and unpinning messages. So if I want to unpin this, I can unpin it, and then if I want to pin it, I can pin it as well. You also have more easier access to your photos, your Memoji stickers if you have them, your images, your GIFs, messages, effect, etc. So it's so much better now, and you can access all these things so easily. In fact, again, this is very close to your experience on your iPhone or on your iPad. So what they've done is they've tried to bring your user experience very similar, so that you don't have that learning curve when you're hopping over from one device to the other. Now this is a very good thing that Apple has done, so the user experience remains intact. And then they have brought very good changes to the Maps application as well. Now I'm just going to explain what this is, but now what users can do is discover places to visit, things to do with guides from brands they trust or shops that they trust, as well as create custom guides of your favorite restaurants, your parks, your vacation ideas, etc. So as an example, what I can do is I can show you some of the nearby places that I've added, and you can add nearby places by just right clicking and then add a new place. All right, so here what I've done for this example is I've just added some shops, some bakeries, some hotels nearby, and even my house. The best part about this is if I want to, let's say, go to King's Bakery as an example this year. All right, so what I can do is I can just create a route from here. All right, and then I put in King's Bakery here. And the beauty is now when I move into my car, which also has Apple CarPlay, this will pop up in Apple CarPlay while I'm driving. So that's fantastic. So I don't exactly have to type into my car's entertainment system. Instead, I can just do this now on my desktop, and this experience carries over to my car. And this is just beautiful. It's such a great experience. And you don't have to click extra buttons. You don't have to press here or there. It just makes your user experience so intuitive and so much greater. So this is a fantastic thing to have. Apart from that, what they've also added is things like a 3D map. So now in case, you want to take a look at the satellite image of this and in sort of a 3D angle, you can do that. You can move around like this. And the bottom line is the interface is just a little better than before. So you can zoom in quite a lot. And again, this just makes your user experience really good. So Maps has definitely improved in case you want to put in directions from where you want to go. If you want to walk down, very similar experience to Google Maps here, but I think the interface looks so much better. And this feature really kills it. The create route from here, it's just so good to have and very handy feature. So I'm just highlighting it again. Okay, I quickly also wanted to talk about the top bar here. So there are some changes here. For instance, this bar here, which looks very similar to your iPhone and iPad OS again. I know I'm saying this a lot of times, but that's exactly what Apple has done. They have made the experience very similar to your mobile devices as well, so that you do not have that learning curve, and I love it. So here you can access your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, you can switch it on and off. You even have your screen mirroring options from here and the display brightness and the sound. In fact, if you've got a music track playing, you can just start playing it from here. That's so good. So this is a big change and a very welcoming change, I would say. Here, the Spotlight search is also available. So in case you want to search for anything in your machine, you can do that from here. And of course, you have your Wi-Fi options, you have your Bluetooth options, and here you have your Apple TV options. In case something is playing on your Apple TV, it shows up here as well. So the top bar here, the mini bar here, is quite handy now. You can do quite a lot of stuff in comparison to what you had access to before. So again, a very big and a welcoming change. Okay, finally, I also did want to talk about Apple's applications itself. Starting with the Music app, the Music app looks so much better now. In fact, the interface, if you look at it, there are very good animated icons and access to your favorite music tracks, suggestions, etc. that you now have, and they look so good. I mean, it's so colorful, as you can see on the screen. It's kind of hypnotizing as well. That's how beautiful they are. And very good to have. And this is the music icon. Now you have the options, again very iPadish or iPhone-ish, but all these things at the sidebar, and you can access your recently added tracks, you can access your artists, your albums which are there. So very good. Your Apple TV application as well looks well, this doesn't look as different as the music one, but again, very colorful, very nice. Apple TV Plus still does not have the content that I would actually prefer, but hey, it's just started. It's like the first year, so give them some space. Hopefully they will be able to dish out really good content in the years to come. And knowing Apple, they are going to spend a lot of money on their Apple TV Plus content, so you can expect good content to come your way in the next couple of years. But this is your Apple TV app, and then you have your Apple Store as well. Now, this also has had a redesign, so more colorful. The app icons again look roundish, and good suggestions. There are things like top free apps, top paid apps, etc. Standard affair. But you have access to your Apple Arcade, so you can download your Apple Arcade games directly from here. And wow, this really looks good. So the interface has changed, and now you have a bright and a colorful video playing right on top. This is really good. They even have now the Pathless available. This is a game which is also going to come out on PS5. Highly recommend it. It's really good. In terms of graphics, Apple Arcade will not disappoint. You will have console type graphics on your Apple Arcade games, so very, very good to have. You have other things like creating applications, work applications, some more games from the App Store, not just the Apple Arcade. So quite a lot of things going for you in your App Store application as well. So a very good change here. So these were your Apple applications, and then you have podcasts as well, although I don't use podcast that much, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But yes, it's a very big change that has happened with the Big Sur, and all changes are very positive. Again, let me assure you that these changes are really, really good, and you will not be disappointed when it comes to using Big Sur. I did want to talk about the sounds available on the Mac as well. With the Big Sur update, you also now have access to some of these sounds which were not previously available. I'm just going to quickly play a few of them. So these are the new sounds that are available. In fact, even when you empty your trash, the sound has completely changed now. I'm going to click on this and you will be able to hear that. So there you have it. So quite a lot of sounds which are now available, and again, a welcoming change, very fresh and nice to hear. So here are my final thoughts on the Big Sur update. Go and get it now. I mean, this is a fantastic and a very big update. If you haven't already updated, please go ahead and update your machines now. This also makes your machine a little faster. My experience with this for the last few hours has been that my machine now feels so much faster, quicker. Everything works seamlessly, and it is a fantastic update. So please go ahead and update your machines to the Big Sur. Now I am also going to put out the machines which are capable of updating over to the Big Sur. So in case you want to pause your screens, then you can pause your screens and take a look at this list right now. And it is a fantastic update, and I would highly recommend that you update as soon as possible. Having said that, if I haven't already told you, then please and please, I would request all of you to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Even hit that bell icon if you want to be notified of more such videos in the future. And in case you have a friend or your family member who has questions on Big Sur, then please go ahead and share this video with them so that they get an idea of what they can expect out of Big Sur. Again, it really motivates and encourages me when you hit that like and subscribe button. So please, please, please hit that like and subscribe button again. With that said, thank you folks for watching this video. Hope you've liked this one. Until the next one, take care and may God bless you all.